If you're looking to get more elo by destroying your enemies on Anubis, you've picked the right video. Today we're looking at how to turn your T-sides into great ones with some simple utility and better understanding of the map. My name's Ryan or Retro, and welcome back to another video. Anubis is a different map to most in the pool, as most teams rely more heavily on their attacking than defence. It's the only map in the active duty pool that favours the T-side, meaning you've got to make every round count and make sure you get ahead at the half. The T-sides have four main places to go: A, mid, water and B. All of these are closely connected for the T-side, meaning it's very easy to win rounds with map control, which is exactly what I'm here to talk to you about. We're going to start with mid. As most of you will know, you're able to split both sides of the map quite easily if you have the deep control, but also have a second way to be by dropping out of the bridge taking towards connector. For now, I want to split middle up into two different zones. You have Zone 1 and Zone 2. Zone 1 control is pretty easy to take for the most part, as limited utility is needed to take all of the space. Some set utility that's useful to learn is the window smoke, where if you get into the corner like so, and then aim at the top left corner of this building, a simple jump throw will do the trick to smoke it out. You're also able to molly doors by walking yourself into this wall, aiming at the bottom right of the box like so, and then taking a couple steps forward and jump throwing. This covers a lot of the door space, but be careful for gaps like these up close, as CTs can sit in front of them. Alternatively for the molly, you can walk into the far corner of this box, aim at the top left corner of the pillar detailing, and then left click throw. This gives similar results, but again, be careful of the CT sitting in front of it. If you're looking to catch players out that play close or want to be certain, you can pair this molly with a simple flash lineup. Drop down off the ledge, line yourself up to the wall, and then left click your flashbang just to the right of this line here. It's a simple flash that won't blind your teammates, but catch anyone sitting in front of the molly. There's an alternate util set with the flashes if you throw the run jump molly. You can also pair this flash by dropping down and aiming at the top corner of the tower. This will blind the person throwing it, but is a solid flash for taking that mid space, where anyone at doors or close will be completely blind. Lastly, if you're looking for a window molly rather than a smoke, you can get yourself to the edge here, left click a molly as shown, and it will molly out anyone sitting in the window. If you start towards A, you can also help your teammates by throwing certain utility if you know they need it. You can throw the doors volley by getting into the front of the ledge, aiming at this position here, and left clicking. This will cover off most of doors, leaving just the close position open. There's also another one you can throw that covers the front position from A. By going to the same place, you can line it up with this position here, and again, just a left click throw. Now that you have the early mid control, you can look into taking stage 2. As I talked about earlier, the power with this map is control, and it's so easy to split a site, or if you have information that a team is playing heavily towards one side of the map, you can head towards the other. The second stage is all about taking control to force the CTs to play from the sides, restricting their movement around the map and giving you an easier time to convert rounds. You can get into A quite easily with a smoke. A lot of people will wait for the smoke to fade to throw the temple smoke, but if you line it up with this white stripe in the ground and then aim for the first notch at the bottom corner of this brick and then run throw, you'll smoke temple off. There's also a temple smoke from spawn if you're rotating or need it down quickly. You can get into this corner, aim at the top right of this little arch and jump throw. If you're looking to take a peek into middle and have an A player, you can throw this flash through the doors to catch those in middle by surprise, by lining up with the back of the wall and jump throwing. Now it's time to talk about A. I want to split this up into two again. The first zone is just the A main control, and the second is the site execution itself. There's a few things you can do to take control of A main, and then some set utility to block off common CT side positions, and then get a bomb plant without having to worry about many angles. The early smoke you can line up with the telephone boxes like so and jump throw, and this will block off sight from main. You can also throw some flashes for control. The first being a right click over the top of the main like so, or if you have a friend, you can throw a better pop flash from the stairs like this, allowing you to swing blind enemies playing close to the A main entrance. I only have two utility sets for you for the site take, but it's everything you need. The first set of utility is from the top of rugs. Getting into this corner, you can throw a smoke like shown to smoke off camera, and a molly here to block off anyone swinging bricks. The second utility set is thrown from this back corner here on the outside of main. You can line up a smoke aiming at the crack here to remove a threat from heaven. A Molotov going at the bottom of the brick here will flash out anyone playing behind default, and a flashbang aiming at the arch here will blind anyone on site. Your teammates will not be blinded by this flash as it pops behind the wall. Of course, there's some on-the-fly utility you can throw out as well, one being the lurk smoke by bouncing it off the right pillar of the main doorway, and you can even follow it up by aiming here with a molly to stop anyone playing behind pillar. Now that you have some utility sets for A, it's time to talk about water. This is a position very powerful, and you'll see in pro play a lot of teams tend to take this control, as it forces the CTs to play away from connector and more in sight, again offering you more control and options on where to go. You can run back through water to A, or commit all the way through and find yourself on B. To get an early dark smoke, you can get into the same corner as the top mid smoke as shown here, line up with the top right corner of this building, and jump throw. This will deploy in time for you to get downstairs without being shot by an enemy peeking in dark. Alternatively, if you want to throw a deeper smoke you can walk through, you can get into this corner here, aim at the end of this bit sticking out, and jump throw. This will allow for you to walk in on either side, isolate a fight if someone's playing close, or get the control early for free. If you want to take a fight through with a flashbang, you can pair it like so, and this will catch anyone playing in or around the smoke by surprise. If you decide to MB, there's some utility you're able to throw from dark to assist those in main. Lining yourself up near the doorway like so and aiming at the black spot at the bottom of the pillar, you can get a molly into the cubby position. Additionally, you can bounce a smoke off the bomb site pillar like this to get a smoke to block off temple. There's a lot to talk about for our final point of the map, and that's the B site. There's stacks of utility that can be thrown for this site, but I'll try my best to simplify it for you. You can get a left side site smoke, a right side smoke, a molly towards the pillar, a temple smoke, and some flashes to help you entry. There's different places you can throw specific utility from as well, but I'm going to start with the fast left side smoke. Out of spawn, if you wedge yourself into this corner, aim at where this black line meets the B main wall and jump throw, this will pop in the left side of sight, blocking both the CT and temple vision from main. You can also throw this smoke on the fly if you're close to main, just looking at this brick and running left click throw will give the same result. You can take it one step further by getting into this corner, aiming here and jump throwing. This will still give you the left side sight smoke, but you can also aim at this position here, jump left click throw, and it will also give you the pillar molly. For the right side sight smoke, you can aim at two different positions. If you get yourself in the same corner and aim here, or here, you'll be able to smoke the right side of sight. You can pick the one that you'll remember best. Lastly, if you want to smoke temple and molly pillar, you can get into the corner next to this box, and left click here for the temple smoke, followed by this jump throw molly to cover off the back of pillar. If you're in the corner throwing utility, there's two flashbangs that you can throw to get your teammates into sight. The first is aiming at this leaf here and jump throwing, and the second is aiming at the bottom of this detail and just left click throwing the flashbang. If you're on entry duties and want to flash for yourself, you can run an aim into the gap above main, and a close flash is not a bad option. The last thing I want to discuss in this video is postplants. This is a critical part to converting rounds, because as much as you've learned some utility that will help you win, you also have to consider what you're doing within the postplant. On a more global note, think about where you're planting and what positions are best for it. For example, if you are to plant towards the A site, if you plant in the back corner like so, playing from main allows you to keep critical control of the map, as well as an easy place to spam from if someone tries to defuse the bomb. More specific to the games that I watch and play is that players will always play in positions that can be cleared easily by the CT side. For example, on B, a lot of the time players try to get a quick frag by peeking dark, or even playing close in dark, where they can afford to play further back, running less of a risk of being killed, and letting the clock run down. There are certain situations where going for kills is needed, like in a 3v5 or a 2v4, and you need to get a kill to tip the scales back in your favour. However, as a general rule, you don't have to fight if necessary. That's everything I've got for you on the T side of Anubis for today. If you like this kind of content, please leave a like and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback on what you think of these kinds of videos. Bye.